What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the BlockHash Podcast. Today, we have Easton Evans, the U.S. Growth Marketing Manager for Pionex US, here to talk about what they do as an exchange in the U.S., their trading bots, and all the features that they're offering to users. Easton, welcome to the show. This is going to be a very exciting episode, and I'm super happy to have you on today to talk about everything you guys are doing at Pionex. So welcome on, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, and thank you for opening up the platform. But also this is going to be an awesome time just talking about what we can provide for the community and talk about everything in between.
Likewise. Awesome. Let's start off with yourself and tell people a little bit about maybe what you do with Pionex, and also maybe a little bit of background before that too, what kind of led up to you being involved.
My name is Easton Evans. I am I would say younger in my Web3 and crypto phase or life. But I started in centralized finance. So there's this crazy cool company called Galileo Financial Technologies. That's where I started. But interestingly enough, they do a lot of the payment processing for Robinhood, Chime Borrow, some of the new digital banks. And my friends there were into crypto. And this is around, when it was 20,000 ish. And I was like, this is a little bit rich for my blood, but it's cool. So then I started getting into some of the little bit cheaper coins. And from there, I was just like, the idea of crypto made a lot of sense. So I've been in crypto since then. Now I'm here at Pionex US. So Pionex Global is a global company that is an exchange that's worldwide, but US, we're just now launching a US exchange that's in compliance and really focused and been kind of cultivated for the US market. And so I'm here to help it grow, use my experience to push it to be very, very mainstream and compete with a lot of the other exchanges.
That's awesome, man. How old is Pionex?
So Pionex, the original is started in 2014 in the US. It came over in 2019.
What are some of the things that people can do on Pionex? As an exchange in the US, it can vary among exchange to exchange, some of the products or services that can be offered. What are some of the things that you guys offer to users and that they can do on Pionex in the US?
Well, quite a bit. Of course, just buying your standard coins if you want to buy Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, everything in between that. But also one of our hallmark products is the AI bots. So we have quite a few, and it's a differentiating piece between the platform like browser native and those who are using the app. But we have AI bots, some are custom already pre-built that are on our mobile app, but on our desktop we have a little bit of opportunity to customize for certain parameters and different things like that.
Interesting. So when you say AI bots, these are like trading bots that can follow certain patterns or trading styles, or that you can program to kind of run automatically for you, right?
For sure. Yeah. So you can have it set for a certain strategy, or maybe you see something in a market that you would do on a normal basis. So how I use it is that I might take something. So if it's a custom bot, or we'll just say with our normal AI bots that are already preset, it typically runs under a certain amount of grid, so a certain amount of time parameters, and also with a upper and lower threshold. So depending on if there is a bull run or the support and resistance, it'll look in between these price ranges and then conduct itself by buying and selling within those trade ranges or within those price ranges based off of like the time frame and so there's a little bit of nuance between them, and there's different bots, but yeah, it helps you make the decisions, and it makes the decisions, as well as for me, I like it because of de-risk, obviously, because sometimes it takes out the mental gymnastics of if you're maybe losing a trade or even winning, if you want to lock in profits, it takes all that out of the question. Sometimes you might hold too long on the upward or downward swing.
Yeah, those are some of the problems with the crypto market, right? Is, emotion, gets played into investing because we're all human and we make more mistakes than I think a trading bot would. And then at the same time, it's a 24/7 market. So you don't know what's going to happen at 3 a.m. in terms of, crypto trading up or down. And sometimes it's nice to have a bot there that's awake at 3 a.m. that can help probably.
You would think that with crypto, it's sometimes volatile. So you obviously want your eyes on it just so you can understand it. But it de-risks you in a way that I don't think that it's not second nature to us as humans, because we kind of want to ride the wave whatever way it goes. And so I think the AI bots are extremely helpful, but most importantly, de-risk you in a more volatile, because I've seen a lot of people who may come from foreign exchange, or might be regular like day traders on the U.S. stock market, and the issue is that with crypto is the biggest, I guess, pain point might be the volatility. Things can happen so much and they can't keep up with everything, and so the AI bot helps you out.
Do you guys have like a certain degree of popularity among your bots on the exchange that maybe people enjoy using a bit more, or that have different features to them, or different ratios of profitability or risk management? Like, is there a way for users to see that?
Oh, for sure. So we do have quite a bit of AI bots, but our most popular is our Bitcoin bot and our Solana bot. Those are our two, as far as like preset ones. And then we have also a grid trading bot and a reverse grid. And the reverse grid and the grid are kind of similar, but I'll explain those in a little bit. But the Bitcoin and Solana ones are basically it looks at the price range and the price action of Bitcoin and other coins, and it basically allows you to figure out what degree of increase is happening. So maybe like if there is, we'll say like there's a higher high or a higher low, and typically there's like a sequence to it. If it's on a upward trend, the higher high is between a certain threshold, and then the higher low is between a certain threshold. So within that, it measures it out between those grids, and it automatically conducts those trades when it's supposed to be at that higher low. So you can buy when it's lower and then sell when it's at its highest, at its peak, and then so on and so forth. Whereas with the grid bots, they do a little bit similar, but the reverse. But I like to use those when I know a clear direction of where Bitcoin, where a coin is going, just in general. So we see Bitcoin right now has been tossing between the support and resistance. Like I think the support is around 61,000, even though it's dipping down like 59. It's testing the support right now, and the resistance has been around like 69, 70,000. So you can, with the grid bot, you can put those parameters in. I like to play a little bit more conservative, so I might have it to 68,000 is the resistance, and the support is maybe like 60, 61, 62,000. And from there, it will play the range. And if it's on a reverse grid, it's better for a bear market. So you can see it again, it'll have the same kind of sequences of how far it'll go down, the higher high or the lower lows and the lower highs. And if it's just the traditional grid bot, it'll have the higher highs and higher lows.
Do you have traders or influencers on the platform that kind of share those details with other users and other traders, so that they can say, oh, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should set the bar a little higher, a little lower, maybe tweak this setting, maybe run it for these time frames. Is that something that you guys also kind of showcase to help people kind of educate themselves more?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So we have an entire educational system on our website, but we also have a Discord server, which we have dedicated servers and customer service people. And also we have an ability, like we have like one-on-one coaching and different things like that, that you can go through on our website and the app. So we have a lot of ability for those who are just, even if you're not somebody who's using the AI bots and you just want to learn more about trades and different things like that, we have abilities for you to expand on your knowledge, because you might feel like some people are more I guess more fundamental. They like to look at they like to chart, and they like to look at price action and volume and different things like that. Everybody has their own little niche, and so you got to figure out what works for you. So we do have a pretty good gauntlet, and arsenal of people and individuals and contributors to help, the community grow. And a lot of those people in the community are novices, because I will say that some exchanges are a little bit more daunting. But even though we are using AI, we want it to be a very low barrier to entry.
Do you guys, so I assume this is regulated in the US too. It's obviously a very harsh environment at times in the US, and it has been the last couple of years. How's that journey been for you guys establishing yourselves as a US exchange?
For sure. Well, as far as from state to state, because as everybody knows, state to state, there's different regulations. We're currently in 47 states. That has been a journey in itself, because, there's tons of regulations. Some places are far less regulated, which makes it easier, and some are more regulated. But that's a good and a bad, I guess, kind of like glass half full, half empty, because more of the regulations may be potentially a little bit safer. So that's not to say one is better or one is worse. That being said, also the platform, we've been audited by 2 major auditing firms. That allows us to, again, show like a proof of reserve. So we are liquid. You can pull your funds out. We are doing everything in our ability to showcase and be transparent, because I think we've seen enough stories, and we've heard enough, and we've been around long enough to see that there have been individuals in the community that haven't been the most transparent and the most honest. And what we're trying to do at our exchange is, one, lead with transparency, but most importantly, showcase to any users that, hey, if you want to withdraw your money, if you want to do anything or move things around, we are available to do that. And we can do that because we are liquid, we are solvent. We don't have to hold your money up for extended periods of time.
Another thing that's very important for US users when it comes to using exchanges is security, and being able to know that their funds are safe, or SAFU, to know that they can always access it, to know that they have optionality. What in security measures, so someone else maybe doesn't try and hack their account or get in. What are some things that you guys do to help secure those things for users and make them feel safe and very comfortable using Pionex?
For sure. So we have our standard KYC. You have to do that before you even get onto the platform, which I think is a really good just base level. But we also do 2-factor authentication, which is important. And we also do regular password changes and different things like that, just to again, because there are plenty of data breaches that aren't even associated with us that might affect any of our users. We just try to stay on top of that kind of stuff, stay on top of any kind of compliance changes, security measures that we can, think about in the future. So there are some things in the pipeline that we have that we aren't ready to announce yet, that we will probably put into our framework from a security standpoint. But from a base level, our KYC and our 2-factor authentication before you get on the platform, as well as regular sign-outs and stuff like that. It's almost, I much rather us be over vigilant in the fact of like, hey, signing people out if there are multiple devices, different things like that, and making sure that we are authorized on that front, than it being like, oh, people complaining and then something happens and everything's gone.
Do you guys do anything like proof of reserves or checks on that to show again, like users that funds are always there, that the exchange is liquid, or that it's being managed the way they say it's being managed? I know that was always a problem with like FTX back in the day and whatnot. Are those measures you guys also kind of take into consideration?
So for sure. So within that, the 2, when we got audited, and we did that just to, again, show a kind of like goodwill in terms of like showcasing that, hey, we have this, we have our wallet addresses up. And so there is a proof of reserve where you can see like we are liquid, we have the funds there. But also within the auditors, they did look at our branch, and so they could see like all of our transaction history, different things like that. And so we were compliant on all fronts, which a lot of individuals aren't contributing and showcasing those measures. So we like to think that we're kind of like setting the industry standard when it comes to any type of audits, or at least the transparency that's associated with that.
Do you guys use anything to help with the process for a trader? Like, for example, do you guys integrate things like TradingView or anything external so people can just, pile in the resources while they're running their bots? Or is that a feature? What's that kind of like?
Okay, so we do have a integration with TradingView. We are, with us being kind of a newer exchange, we are, working on a lot of integrations and even having individuals with custom integrations. But it's almost for our trading view is pretty much the standard trading view, where if you have any custom filters, or I guess if you have any custom features, if you have like a Fibonacci sequence, or if you have like anything like that you wanted to look at, maybe you want to look at ATR or your volume, we have that available. You can also use that to help you with your bot creation and different things like that, because you can find pinpoints in terms of accuracy of the upper and lower thresholds. But yeah, we have pretty much the standard trading view one, and then if you want to get a little bit fancier, you can have your own filters and indicators attached to that.
And then from a tax reporting point of view, how easy is it for users to see their transaction history for the past year and to download those into a Excel or CSV file, or to get a tax format maybe that they can file? Like, what options are there for users?
Oh, for sure. We have an ability to directly import your transaction history, your tax information, all the things that you would need when it comes tax season. I actually used it just not too long ago, but we have it available, and we want to do it in a way that's seamless, easy. So all you have to do is just go to your account, click on taxes, and then you can just import it over. It has all the right information, just so to make it easier, because everybody knows that it's always a pain point, especially now, since with crypto and taxes is being kind of like this uncharted frontier. We wanted to do it make it kind of easy and seamless, and you might keeping track with what forms you need. So we always are giving you notifications like, hey, get ready for tax season. This is ways to do so. And so, all you need is just to go to your account, click on your taxes, and import that over, and then it'll be dropped to you, and then you can just print it out and give it to your tax person or file it yourself.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Do you guys offer any type of subscription in regards to those fees on the platform, or do you guys primarily earn through fees and having cheaper fees than competitors?
Having cheaper fees than the competitors is kind of the model. But
Okay.
in the how I see it is that also, as people are getting as people are getting involved, because I think that some exchanges are far more situated for your seasoned veterans, and
Hmm.
everybody, I've used some, and some are better for your very beginners. And I think that what Pionex does really well is that it flexes between the beginners with the user interface and not having too much too soon, but then allowing you to like turn the corner and be like, okay, well, I want to customize my own bot, and I can do that when I feel comfortable, when that happens. Not you're starting off with a customized bot. We have a suite of those that aren't customized, and you can start off and play around with that. And then once you're like, I want to try something different, I can go and divvy into that.
If someone wants to get set up and sign up on Pionex, where should they go? Where would you direct them to get started?
Pionex US, and then you can just log in. You just sign up for free. You go through that, do the KYC, send in one, either like passport, driver's license, so on and so forth, and then you will get, once that gets approved, which is like 15 minutes tops, then you're ready to go. From there, we have some training modules where you can look through in terms of like if you want to start off with one of the trading bots. Like I said, it's a little bit different from the browser setup and the phone setup. Like, I mean, as far as the app is concerned. So with the phone, you have access to the preset AI bots, whereas on the browser browser excuse me and with the browser, you don't have that necessarily. You have a couple of AI bots, but it's not nearly our, just our standard suite. So I would say start off on the phone, get the app, sign up, fill out the KYC, and then from there you should be good to go. And then you can kind of look around, talk to some people, join the Discord as well. It gives you a good starting point and reference as to where you want to go. Maybe you're somebody who wants to trade nothing but Solana, so we have an area for that. You somebody who's wanting to do Bitcoin, we do that as well. So it just depends on what you want, but I definitely Pionex.us, Discord, as well as downloading the app, and then from there you can load up your funds and get going.
Pionex.us, correct?
Mm-hmm. And then on the on the app stores, it's just Pionex, and then you'll be good to go.
We'll put all the links in the description below so people can easily find it. Pionex.us. Check out the Discord. Check out the socials, and get in contact if you guys have any specific questions and want to learn more. Easton, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk about Pionex today. It's very cool what you guys are doing in the US. I'm always happy and excited to see a new exchange, especially one that's really, I think, pioneering trading bots and AI and incorporating new age tech into this this crypto atmosphere. The interest coming in now from corporations and institutions, and I think this really solidifying as a legitimate industry. It's an exciting time. Excited to see what you guys do in the US, and let's do another episode again soon, man.
For sure. Thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you for the BlockHash community. I appreciate it.